What is going on, Governor? It's Chisgule here, and today we're traveling internationally. We're still on vacation, but we wanted to throw together a quick video for you all about how to ace the Qixi Festival. If you like Rise of Kingdoms videos, we talk about how to ace events. You should like and subscribe, because we are pretty passionate about that. We create a video like this for literally every single one of these events, and we are a sponsored creator with Rise of Kingdoms. My friends, we're going to move through some of this stuff pretty quickly because you've seen a lot of it before. If I'm feeling really slick, I'll have cards up in the top for all the other holidays we've done, and there's so freaking many of them. Or if I'm not feeling slick, I don't know, maybe the cards won't be there. However, if you want to see the full schedule of events, you click the info button in the upper right for the Qixi Rendezvous event in your events tab. From there, it gives you a full list of things. The one thing I don't see here that is worth mentioning that I expect will be coming is a pack that you can purchase. I expect it will be there. I don't know that it will be there, but I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Literally take my money so that I don't have to grind. Why do I want you to take my money so I don't have to grind? Because of this event right here, Magpie Bridge Rendezvous. Now, the way this works is you go and collect small flower lanterns. We'll talk about how you get these. And the more lanterns you contribute, the more experience you get toward leveling up in this event. And level 25 is where the best stuff is. And if you pay 7,000 gems, you get extra goodies. Now, why haven't I done that yet? You actually can retrieve those goodies later. So if you pay the gems later and you've already progressed in this event, you'll still get all the stuff that you would have gotten for all the levels you've already unlocked. So I'm not too worried about it. And I have barely enough gems to spin this wheel. So I'm going to hang on by the skin of my teeth with regard to the number of gems I have, in order to actually be able to unlock this 7,000 gem spot, because I'm going to max purchase whatever this new bundle is when it comes out. P.S. I'll make a video about that. So if you're wondering if that bundle is any good, and I assume it's coming, I don't know for sure that it is, you should definitely like and subscribe to see that. Now, we've got a bunch of these already saved up. You can see here when we smash the add button, it adds them, and it's adding multiple experience points frequently when we crit. Very simply, you have a very small chance to crit as you add these. Easy peasy. There we go. We're out. We'll claim all these, and we'll come back later for these rewards. Is this worth the 7,000 gems? Absolutely, if you're getting all the way to the top. 15 legendary commander sculptures at the top there, and 2,000 gems just for getting to 25. I will point out, however, that if you are free to play, you're going to have to spend a lot of action point potions to be really, really diligent over the course of the next week in order to get to this max unlock. Some folks have not gotten there in the past, and look, it is going to take some serious work. Let's talk about where you actually get these shadow lanterns by collecting on the map. That's gathering resources. I've got a ton of guides about gathering resources and a playlist on the topic. You should definitely check it out if you haven't optimized for that yet. Also, when you do city collection is very simply when you gather resources in your city, bada boom. We just picked up a bunch of flower lanterns. Huzzah. And lastly, defeating Barbarians. This is the part that you can grind. There is diminishing returns, however, when you're doing this, you'll hit a sort of low threshold, or a floor for how frequently you can actually get these. So initially, you'll get a bunch of them, and then toward the end, it's going to sort of taper off, and you'll get a steady amount, but it'll be relatively low compared to when you started. So that is how you can do really, really well in the Magpie Bridge Rendezvous, which, by the way, I think is really great value. Really, really great value if you're going to push up and spend your action point potions. Now, should you be doing that, given that KVK is around the corner for many kingdoms? That's debatable. I would tend to say yes, because most of us are not going for the top tier prizes in KVK. But if you were going for the top tier prizes related to spending action points, then perhaps consider not spending all your action points on this. I have to think, though, that if you're doing that, you're already a big spender, and you can do both of those things and not really sweat it. Anyways, moving on to Lotus War. Lotus War is a sustain event. You send one army out of town, you go smash Barbarians, and every time you beat Barbarians, your score goes up and up and up and up. And when you go back to town with that army, your score is locked in, and then when you go back out with a new army, it starts all over again at 0. So your high score gets locked in, You can see here my individual score is 150, and I've sent my troops back to town subsequently. This is another AP spending related event, which, by the way, okay, so you rock out this event and you rock out the other event, picking up your lanterns. Not such a bad idea. Not such a bad idea. How do you do well in an event like this? You need to have an army with sustain. You must have an army with sustain. Typically, that means healing from a commander like Richard I. I think Boudica is also great, and definitely Lohar is a must. Every time you beat an army, you get a huge heal. You could also go for AP efficiency, that's action point efficiency. You definitely should be using a Peacekeeper for their talents that reduce the action points for every barbarian that you hit, but going a step further with that, I think that the efficiency also comes in the form of the talents that you can get on a commander like Lohar. If you wanted to see what my infinite sustain talent build looks like on Lohar, and by the way, I would consider pairing, for me personally, with Isong Ye as a secondary to go for AP efficiency. Let's see if I can zoom in over here. We actually have maxed out Curing Chant over here. We've picked up Trophy Hunter. Curing Chant, by the way, is doing some amount of healing every time an army is defeated. That also works if you're using AoE, which hits a bunch of armies, and every time one of those is defeated, you get a nice heal. You definitely want to get Rejuvenate, and I think Counterattack is nice if you've got two commanders that are doing healing, especially. I also like Loose Formation, because you are going to take some amount of skill attack damage along the way. Now, if you are trying to ace this event, it's worth pointing out that here is the breakdown of rewards. The higher level Barbarian you fight, the more points that you're getting. If you're not in the Lost Kingdom, the most amount of points you can get is for the 21 to 25 barbarians, it's 10 lamps. Now, if you're having trouble with sustain, one thing that you can do is battle the lowest tier that awards the highest amount of points in that bracket. So, for instance, you could battle a level 21 barbarian. It's going to give just as many points as a 25 barbarian, but it's going to be a lot easier to kill. Another strategy with a commander like Lohar is to go in and battle some level 16 barbarians, for instance, in order to heal up, to get back to your max health. Some amount of your troops are going to be severely injured. They're going to go to the hospital, and that's the only way that your actual army capacity is going to diminish over time. Now, with all that said, if you want to give yourself an even further boost in your ability to have sustain in this style event, you could pop an army expansion. The thing that I'm going to point out that I would really caution you of is, depending on what kingdom you're in, we've got Mighty Governor kill event just around the corner. I don't know if those are going to overlap. What day are we on for Mighty Governor? Gosh darn it. We're on the farming day. Maybe those don't overlap. Maybe those don't actually overlap. But if they do, my goodness, would that be problematic? Yeah, we're on resource gathering day, so I think we're good. How long is Lotus War? Lotus War, okay, I think... Oh, no, it's not. I think there's a day of overlap with the kill event. Yeah, so be really careful with your infinite sustain army. It might get wrecked during the kill event, assuming that that actually overlaps, and I'm doing that right off the top of my head. Okay. By the way, the rewards for this are pretty sweet, but super competitive. I'm not even going to bother with this event, just for perspective. But look, if you've got, Richard I in a kingdom where most people don't, you've got some amount of edge there. Okay, moving on. There is one other event that we should cover here, and then we're going to spin the wheel like crazy, and that is Language of Lanterns. Now, this event is going to reward you some amount of epic commander sculptures, and I think a small amount of speed ups and experience tomes. It is a very small number. Getting to 100 in this event, 100 out of 100 for these little quests, doesn't actually matter. You do get more, but only incrementally, linearly more for every level that you do. I had thought originally, like, if I get to 100, there's some big bonus. There isn't. Linear progression. Every single level you do, you get the exact same amount of epic commander sculptures, speed ups, and experience tomes. So, with that said, I wouldn't sweat too much how you do this event. However, I'll point out that on day 2, there's a barbarian killing event, probably, and you'll need to kill probably 300 barbarians if the trend of previous events holds. And you can check out my previous videos where maybe there'll be cards, maybe there won't be, where you can see, oh, hey, look, here's exactly what the breakdown of these things looks like on day 5. Overall, I think that this style event is kind of interesting, but for an advanced player, it's whatever, I'll take my free resources and speed ups and small flower lanterns and call it a day. And honestly, I'm pretty happy getting some free stuff for doing the same things I would have done. Anyways, logging into the game is not such a challenging task. All right. That, I believe, covers the major events. We've got a puzzle event coming. That'll be cool. It looks like, let's see here. Release our lanterns in the sky and make a wish. Whatever. Bankrupt the boutique is kind of interesting. If I'm remembering correctly, when you buy one thing in a row in the mysterious merchant, it discounts something else in the row. Yeah, I'm pretty over the mysterious merchant at this point. I feel like there's better deals in other places, specifically in the VIP shop. So I don't actually spend a lot of gems there most days. I spend 0 gems at the mysterious merchant. Let's get to spinning the wheel. I think I have enough gems here. I haven't actually done the math. Do we have enough gems? Is 29,000 enough to get the 40 spins we want to do? Let's start spinning and find out. Let's start spinning and find out. The thing that we're really hunting for here, obviously, is Alexander the Great. It's funny, I recorded video of myself spinning yesterday that it really didn't turn out well. I had the resolution not correct. Oh, and my face is blocking what's showing here. It's food. The thing that's right behind me right now is food. Let's see here. Yoink. Haha. Now I'm on the other side. Hopefully that worked. Oh, gosh. Okay. So, this is slightly below value. You really need to get like 2 legendary commander sculptures to be getting ahead. However, woo, a legendary commander sculpture. The thing that makes this awesome is that when you spend to 100, you're getting a ton of value anyways, because you get a bunch of legendary commander sculptures at each of those tierings. And boom, 2 legendary commander sculptures. This is on value. Sweet. And let's pick this up for a cool 70 spins. Bada boom, 10 more legendary commander sculptures. Amazing. By the way, even though we're on vacation, we've got a bunch of videos lined up while we're away. We're injecting this one into the rotation of videos that we've queued up. We've got a few. Whoa! Boom! We hit the 8 spot, baby. We hit the 8 spot. My spins, by the way, yesterday were terrible. Terrible. They were so bad. So this is great. Okay, so we went straight to Value Town. Boom! Straight to Value Town. Yeah, let's keep spinning. I mean, that was awesome. So we've got videos lined up while we're away. That includes some commander guides. That includes also some KVK playbacks. We probably have a few more KVK playbacks we need to put together. Ooh, okay. This was not a great spin, but I do really need these stars, so I'm pretty happy with that. We'll show you what our star situation looks like in a moment. We'll keep on spinning. I think we're gonna have enough gems to do all the spinning we want to do, which is freaking sweet, and we're getting more legendary commander sculptures along the way. Yes, please. All right, 2 Alexander the Greats. Perfect. 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 This is on plan. We're gonna have enough gems to spin as much as we want to spin, I think. Wow, barely. Barely enough gems. And then we'll just sort of hold on for dear life until the new packs come out, and then we'll have 100,000 gems and spend 7,000 on the Rendezvous event. Okay, so this was a bad spin. Starting to even out the 8 spot that we got earlier. Here we go, baby. What do we got? Research speed-ups? More research? That's terrible. That was terrible. They need to give us something interesting to research. I will probably regret saying that. Okay. We got the legendary commander sculpture and some stars. Cool. We'll do one more 5 spot here. Bada boom. In case you're wondering, I actually think it's good value to spend 180 times if you were a very, very heavy spender in the game. We're talking about spending north of $1,000 a month, probably closer to $2,000 a month. I do think spinning to 180 is pretty good. We got 1 legendary commander sculpture and a bunch of speed ups that we will not use at all, but whatever. Good enough to get to 100, where we claim a solid 15 more sculptures, which makes all of that freaking worth. Now, if we just jump into our commanders, and now I'm gonna swap my head back over to the other side. Let's take a look at Alexander the Great and where we've landed. We can drop 1, maybe 2 skills on Alexander the Great. You can't see that behind my head. Gosh darn it, I gotta keep moving my head. We've got 313 universals at this point. And I really like this skill a lot, but I also really am addicted to march speed, and so I personally think the thing I want to optimize for is the march speed right now. Do I really feel that way? I think I do. I think I do. So I'm going to take him up to 3 stars. We'll do that now. Move my head to the side. Here you'll be able to see my star and experience tome count. Here we go. Okay. It's not actually letting me click the button. There we go. That was weird. All right. We'll get the levels we need. And then we're going to start spending experience, or rather stars. Boom. So we've probably got enough stars here. Oh, look at that. Look at me doing myself favors in previous videos. Look how close I am to this star here. I'm still going to spend all my stars like this because I'm going to want to get them to 4 stars eventually, and I want to get value here. And every single star you add is adding luck. Luck is your chance to crit. So we'll do it like this. This is fine. Bada boom. We've got enough to take a commander, maybe to 6 stars. Like if a new commander comes out, we're getting, like, we don't really have enough, but we're close to having enough to take a new commander to 6 stars. All right. Excellent. And now let's apply a skill. We really want the march speed, but let's see where it lands. We got the march speed. Sweet. 3 more sculptures, and we can get another skill. That's awesome. We're not going to spend our universals. We're hanging on to those under the possibility, the assumption, by the way, that there's some new legendary that will come at some point. We're going to want to unlock them nearly instantly. By the way, you can tell the dimensions are different. We're recording from our iPhone now instead of the iPad, which is what we normally use, because, my goodness, is the Wi-Fi terrible. We've got a SIM card we're rocking in order to get internet, and that seems to be a good bit more stable. So, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. You can tell by the way, one thing I'm doing, I'm already breaking one of my rules for this particular event. I should have some resource. Oh man, I'm just like, I wonder at what point those all dropped off. I don't think it was during this video, but it must have been a little bit earlier. During the entirety of this event, you should be using, and I'll open this up, you should be using something to increase your attack or defense if you're going for the infinite sustain barbarian plan. You also should obviously have something going for your gathering speed, and you should have something going for your city production for all types of resources. We're just going to pop the 8-hour tokens for now. We'll probably overwrite that with a 24-hour token before we go to bed. I'm doing this in a way that's a little bit slower than if you did this from your inventory, but shows you all of the different buffs that are available to you. Bada boom. All right, my friends, now we're going for real. I hope this was helpful, enjoyable. I had fun making this. If you've got any tips, however, about this event, leave it down below in the comments. Sometimes I miss things, and we're on vacation, so we're in a bit of a vacation mindset. Until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom.